Welcome in to another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast. And it's a loser's lounge. Rapids fall 3-2 in Portland on a rainy, dreary night in Portland. An entertaining night, though, for once. And joining me to break it down is, of course, downtown Duane Brown.
That was kind of fun.
It was kind of fun.
I mean, we all hate the result, obviously, but there was some fun soccer to watch tonight.
It was a good time. I had a good time. I put it in our group chat, but I think no matter what happens with this Chris Little era, right? If it's just this stretch of games here or however long it lasts, it's the most entertaining brand of soccer we've seen in 2 seasons. It's not the best soccer we've seen in 2 seasons, but it is the most entertaining. It's the most entertaining, and that's important. That's as much as we could have wanted, right? Like, the season, they're eliminated now, officially eliminated from the postseason. Rapids will not be participating in the postseason. Hate to break it to you if you're listening to this and still had your hopes up, but it was a good time tonight, and that is more than I thought we would get the rest of the year. Right there. I mean, you were ready to say no more goals, no more points. You were this close.
I was already at that. I wasn't close. I was there.
Right.
I did not think we were going to win last week, and I did not think we were going to be getting, with 8 games to go, I did not think we were getting any more points.
No.
So,
not that we got any tonight, right?
We didn't get any. We still own lowest points ever in club history. So tonight would have tied us. So we didn't own it. But we're seeing some life. So
yeah. And look, Wanders is right. Shout out our guy in the chat. Good to see you, my guy.
Yeah.
Look, you're right. And and I kind of want to, there's a few ways we can go with this. And I think it all has to do with the fact that, okay, this is not meaningless, but the results don't really matter at this point because they haven't mattered for a while because you're so far down the table, 11 points clear going into tonight of the next team in the West. But and maybe this is where we start with it because tonight was a vintage Diego Rubio performance, and in all aspects of Diego Rubio, right? Like, we got the full Diego Rubio experience, and man, that was what has been missed. You think of how many points were dropped because just the presence of Rubio, just the shithousery, the insane looks, the yelling, the chirping, the constant, just in all aspects of the game, it's been missed all season. And you wonder just all these little points they could have picked up here and there, whether it's 0-1, 1-3, whatever that is, if he was just around more, if he just was healthy this season. I know, obviously we're all big Rubio guys here, so it's not like I'm sending it over to the Rubio guy on the pod here, but what'd you see from him tonight? What do you like about his performance? What are your thoughts?
I saw a goal, so that was cool. 2 goals in the first half by this Rapids squad was craziness.
Come on.
That to me was wild and unexpected and fun. And then you see a classic Rubio on the ground, face and hands covered in turf pellets.
May have been the reason they gave up the lead. Right?
may have been
the reason they gave up the lead.
And earns a card from it, So like you said, we got the full Rubio today. It's wild to me that he didn't come out with the armband on.
Right.
Right. I really thought when Rubio would come on, he would have the armband on. He didn't have it tonight, and that's fine. We still played. I mean, the thing that I enjoyed the most was in that first half, we saw, some creativity in the scoring area.
Dang,
and we saw a
super chat from our guy Kevin. Handsome Boys Sad Pid Club. You are absolutely right. That's what this is.
Go.
Super producer, yeah. Pops his head out real quick. I don't feel like Handsome Boys. I am so sunburned. If you're watching on the YouTube, look at this. I'm Burgundy. DNVR golf tournament yesterday. Brought it and forgot it.
I feel very handsome.
I brought it and forgot it with the sunscreen like an idiot. And I am hurting all over the place. But thank you, Kevin. That is very nice of you. That is, I never believe it when I see it. Ever. I don't believe it. Hell yeah, let's fucking go. You know who wasn't great tonight, and I'm wondering if we're ever going to see the vintage version consistently again at this point, was our guy Galvan. Tough night for our guy. He's kind of invisible.
Yep.
And I was pretty excited to see it's a rotation, right? You're short weeks, playing basically a game every 3 days at this point. And man, I just want to see him. The idea of, right, like I feel like at this point it's really just an idea of what Galvan can be, because it's been so long since it's been there for a stretch. And tonight was a great opportunity. No pressure. Go out, have fun. You're playing with Rubio. You got guys back, and it was just tough. It was tough.
Yeah. I don't know what to add to that. It was very on point. Before his injury, he was a guy with top flight speed. You count on him to be there, very Mikey B-esque in the sense that his speed allows him to show up unexpectedly in the right spot. So
that's a great point from Juan there in the chat. The potential is still there. You see it, right? But that's kind of also been the problem. That's kind of the problem, right? It's like, add him to the list of guys who still could have some potential but aren't showing it on the pitch this season, right? Like, if Galvan can hang onto the roster, like you said, like Juan just said, a budget player, you obviously want him around. He can, just his dogness alone is key, right? Like, it's so important to bring that dog. And no doubt he brought that dog post-injury, but hasn't brought the speed, hasn't brought the reaction time, hasn't brought the pressure to bend defenses like he should. It's just been tough. It's been tough.
For sure. I mean, the one thing that has changed is that when Galvan is on, we do see him making at least better choices, and not being a card magnet that he used to be. So I think there's growth, it's not quite there yet. And I don't know if it's still coming back. I mean, that was a big injury, out for quite a while, given it's been a long time, so there is time to heal up and start developing and rehabbing and going through all of that. Like, we've had plenty of time for that. So it's just nice to see he's different. Yeah. I mean, it's like Juan's saying, like he's not the same player that he was before the injury.
But like, I don't know sometimes if that's it takes a season with the ACL.
Sure.
Sometimes it takes a full season. And I get it, right? I mean, there was some crazy tackles out there tonight. If I had an ACL, man, I would be ready to sub off. I mean, like, you can take, because there was a very physical game, tons of yellows, tons of tackles, some dangerous dangerous might be a stretch. The Mora one on Gutman was probably the worst of the bunch, but yellow cards were flying if you were catching feet on your slides tonight. So I get it.
How crazy is it that seemingly all of the Portland Timbers earned a yellow today except for Brian Acosta? I don't think anyone would have chosen that to happen. I just was sitting there in awe of how many yellows on Portland, and none of them were Brian Acosta. Just wild to me. Absolutely wild.
Luis Diaz, I tweeted this in the game thread, but 90th minute yellow. He's one of us, baby. You're a PID. You are.
He's
you got
on
it in
now.
your bones, baby. Man, Kevin, that's a great question. Maybe we'll do that. We only have 2 post games this week. We'll do that next studio show. Where will we be a year from now? Because I think there's a million ways we could go. Yeah, we're going to do the crystal ball thing, I think, with the next studio show. But with 66% of the teams or whatever making the playoffs, I think hopefully fighting for a playoff spot. But okay, let's get to it. You and me this week on the show, when Yaya took his birthday off of the show. Happy belated to our guy. We spent a whole segment talking about Cole Bassett, right? And in the post game, we said, can you keep it going, right? Can you keep this nice run of form under Little going? And tonight, for sure, no doubt, he kept it going. Another just great workmanlike game from him. High work rate. Had an assist. I just thought he was awesome tonight. It's a new Cole Bassett for us.
For sure. I thought he ran at least 30 miles today.
Felt like it.
That
compared to normal for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just everywhere, box to box, just making it happen constantly.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I did remember saying on my last show that I was on last week that Cole Bassett should be playing the 8, should be doing the Keelan Acosta kind of thing, where he's the box to box, kind of does all the dirty work and lets everybody operate around him. Last 3 games, we've kind of seen that a little bit, where he's willing to do all the dirty work and still make the key pass. It's worked out pretty well for him, and he should have been the Keelan. He's been playing out of position for the last year and a half. Even when we went to the Netherlands, he should have been playing the 8 instead of the 10.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, look, he's embraced the role. And, he came out and, he was probably the first real vocal player to voice displeasure with how the season was going. I mean, definitely the loudest, if not the first, the most consistent. He's been meeting with the media. Basically every post-game presser has had Cole in it. He's, he hasn't really called anyone out in particular, instead of calling out just basically everyone and saying they have to figure it out. But look, this is his best stretch of the season. So good for him, right? Like, we always are, as a fan base collectively, I'm going to use the we here as PID supporters, tend to get a lot of empty promises, right? Tend to not believe the affirmations coming out in times like that. And Cole put his money where his mouth is there, right? He went out and did it, and it's pretty dope.
For sure. Good luck, Kevin.
Damn, Kev. Hope it's all good, my guy. Shout out to Kev.
I mean, it's everything we talked about, on the midweek show this week. Is Bassett is a few things. One, he stepped into, like you were saying, the right position. 2, he's upped his game and is really putting in huge effort. And it's there's no more games where we're oh, Bassett was kind of invisible tonight. That dude is visible everywhere.
Yes.
And thirdly, he off the pitch, he is becoming the guy that the fans need and the supporters need, in the chat, Juan was saying, first to apologize. And you were saying he doesn't put it on anybody, blame anybody in particular except for himself. He's very upfront saying that's on me, whether or not that is or not. Again, dude is growing into the Rapids leader that we not only hoped he would become, but that we need him to be. It's huge, and now you're seeing it. I mean, he could have had a goal tonight in the first half too, and it could have been 3 in a row, and that just would have been bananas. So it's just, no, I have nothing but praise for Cole Bassett right now.
Absolutely. And on top of that,
he's really carrying the team.
With Ronan out, they were rotating the squad tonight. You saw 4 changes to the 11. Tavares was out entirely. Navarro out entirely. Just rest him up for the Wednesday game. They have 2 home games this week, Vancouver and Austin, Wednesday, Saturday. So heavily rotated squad. With Ronan not starting, you saw Cole on the ball for corners, free kicks, set pieces, which again was something he talked about and something he's that's part of the leadership role. And he said it himself in some of these post-game press conferences where he says, I'm not really a vocal leader, right? That's what we're missing when you don't have a Price, when you don't have a Rubio for injury or whatever. He just has stepped in and he's really just coming through with what he said. And that's really cool. Peace out, Juan. Thanks for showing up, my guy. It's just nice to see. I don't know. A lot of guys just don't. I don't know. I didn't expect a real reaction to them this season. Right? There were points where it was tough to say these guys are going to turn it around. They're going to, specifically address problems with their own game within the team. And it's refreshing. Maybe I'm just going on and the points already been made, but I don't know. It's just, it's cool to see.
No, it is. I mean, I think we were all expecting a bit of a, let's just get through it. Let's get to the end.
And who wouldn't? 1, 2, 3 Cancun, baby, Nuggets classic.
It's
1, 2, 3, 6 weeks or whatever they said. Yeah.
A long, sad marathon. And, we're just trying to get through those last couple miles. And, to Villain's point, with the lineup, Twitter went bananas on it, just enraged by the lineup tonight.
I thought it made a lot of sense. I mean,
I was laughing because it was the most exciting soccer we've seen in the first half. So I was just like, I looked at it and I was like, that's weird. But also we're playing like a bazillion games right now. So I was expecting some weird lineups. Mm-hmm. Guys got to rest. So to me, it didn't faze me at all, but I was surprised by how much Twitter rage there was about the lineup. And then we end up seeing some of the most exciting soccer we've seen in the first half, probably all season. Like we mentioned on the show, whoever sets the stage is going to win this game. And like I was saying, Portland's going to come out swinging, and they did.
They did.
It was what quick. What I was not expecting was the second half of the first for the Rapids to answer. I thought it was going to be like take your punches, kind of get through the middle of the game, and then try to step it up at the end, which has kind of been what we've been doing all season. But Rapids like punched right back in the first half, and it was fun. Like it was fun soccer. Like you and I were messaging back and forth like, wow, this is kind of fun to watch.
What are you going to do? We had fun. Who knew? Who knew? They tried stuff. You look at, Tavares, who came off at half 2 games ago in the 37th minute, 1 game ago. Makes sense with 2 more games coming up at home in a week. Don't even have him play, right? Don't even have him suit up. Navarro's played every game since he was able to, right? He hasn't gone the distance in all of them, but, he's played a lot. Give him the trip to Portland off. 2 games at home.
Especially if he's injured, So it's just.
I think it's more of an. I would guess it's.
It could be a rest thing.
He's got some knocks, just nothing crazy. I think we would have
he's
heard.
He's been putting in a lot of minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I think he wants to open the account in front of the fans. You saw that when he thought he had the header. You saw his celebration last game. or was it the game before? It was so that was cool to see. I thought Chris handled the game really well. I think we're all aware that strategy wise, there's probably a lot of front office involvement, right? So, just in terms of game plan, who's playing, who's resting, and I think he's handled it well, and I think he's getting results that we hadn't seen. Yep. I mean, this was a loss, so it sounds like I'm saying we won or something, but
yeah, I mean, we're not celebrating. It's just it is nice to watch fun soccer.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's
I'll give it to Chris. I'm gonna give it to Chris. Like the attitude, right? Like guys wanted to go win. Like that's just something you didn't see, right? Like the players were apathetic towards the end of the Fraser run. And maybe that was because the end was nigh, right? And it was clear 2 months before that it was over, right? And so it was kind of just the long walk off the plank. And maybe just the change is what did it, loosen them up. But even a guy like Lawless playing out of position tonight looked great and looked refreshed. And just it was a version of Lawless we hadn't gotten in a while. And I feel like we've gotten several of those in all of these games where it's like maybe not everyone's playing great. I mean, two losses and a win. It's not like it's great, but it's just different. It's clearly different and positive. So, 1 point a game is not the pace you want to see post Fraser, right? You'd like to be able to say something like, we finished this game at, the season at almost 2 points a game clip or, whatever you want to say there. But positive, and that's good. For sure.
And look, since Fraser left, like the schedule is not easy. This was probably our easiest game. At that time we were looking at Portland as this is our best chance of getting a win is going to be Portland. Since then, Portland, including tonight, has now won 4 in a row. And it's probably in 8th now. They were in 9th. They've probably jumped up a spot if San Jose lost, but
San Jose was losing. I haven't checked since.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, they're a team that's fighting, and so they became no longer the team that wasn't very good. So it's even if we were playing well and we were fighting for a playoff spot, the end of the schedule for us is not an easy one. There are some real tough clubs that we've got to play on the way out here. So, hey, it's a good chance for, these players to see Dustin to, jump in and, get after it like we saw tonight. So,
yeah. Let's get into final takeaways and maybe some flowers here in a sec. But first, we got to talk about our sponsors for tonight's show. And we're going to kick it off with Noche Latina coming up on Saturday. So 2 home games from now, Colorado Rapids are hosting Noche Latina, 7:30 p.m. on the 30th of September. This Saturday coming up as they take on Austin FC and celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Duane, did you like those Hispanic Heritage Month warm-up kits? I thought those were pretty sweet. The Adidas
tonight?
ones? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I almost always like the warm-up kits. You know,
I don't like the Captain America ones at all.
I wasn't
other ones
crazy
are tight.
About the Captain America, but the kids like it, so whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, tonight, I mean, it's always nice to see a bunch of color on an MLS kit because MLS kits are usually not big on multiple colors.
Right. No,
they keep it pretty plain. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Totally. Get to the stadium early for food trucks, music, and a special Calavera skull exhibit and live painting during the game. Podcast listeners, that's you guys, and podcast watchers if you're on YouTube with us. Get $5 off tickets for this game and all other remaining Colorado Rapids home games. Head over to coloradorapids.com/DNVR to learn more and buy your tickets today. That is coloradorapids.com/DNVR. We also have to talk about, come on, Fubo. They got Duane through a freaking tornado. They're the best. We love Fubo, and we're stoked they're back. Dwayne, how's
It's
your
true.
Fubo treating you over there?
Good. Oh my!
You digging
it's been-
Fubo?
I've watched so much Fubo this week.
Good.
I watched Mazatlan blow two games.
Oh no.
As my teams do. I watched my undergrad college, James Madison, play Mountain West squad today. So because they were playing Utah State, that was on Mountain West, which means Fubo will run it. That was awesome. That, I was watching the end of that game and Rapids at the same time. Yeah, it's a big Fubo week for me. So
Nice.
probably
Nice.
tomorrow morning watching the Bills at 7:30 in London. So
There's a London game tomorrow?
Yeah, Bills are in London tomorrow.
Check your fantasy teams now if you're listening. I'm helping you out. Don't say I never did anything for you, folks. But yeah, you can watch that game. You can watch all sorts of games with Fubo. There's 140 plus.
Hey, are you guys muted?
I'm not muted, but I can't. I just turned off can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think Mitch is muted.
Okay, I just turned off my head AirPods. Jeez, I can't even say the word. Look at him go, though. He's just talking.
Hey, Mitchell, if you can hear us, you're muted, just so you know. Nobody can hear you. Check your DMs. He's still going. He has no idea why we're laughing at him. We haven't been able to hear him for the last 30, 40 seconds.
Oh my God. Are you kidding
the whole
me?
ad.
Oh my Lord. This is the worst. Oh my God.
Oh man, it's funny.
That whole read. Did that whole read just not happen?
Yeah, pretty much didn't happen.
Oh.
Fubo.
Damn.
Yeah, once I stopped talking Fubo, it kind of went away.
Okay. Well, Fubo has a bunch of dope stuff. You should go check out Fubo at www.fubotv.com/DNVR. Gets you 15% off. Oh my God.
It really is good. Really is
great.
good.
I'm glad we had such a great ad read there. Oh, Jesus. I can't see me and us in the ad read copy at the same time. Ugh.
Oh man.
Whatever.
Funny.
Who cares? Let's give some flowers out. Do you want to go first tonight, Dwayne? Do you want me to go first tonight?
Go for it. You never
All
get to go
right.
first.
That's true. Yaya does not like me going first. So super producer powers over there. I am going to go with, Diego Rubio. Come on. Like, he's probably not going to be starting, right? Like, unless it's these rotation squads, he'll probably play a little less. The bummer of being a known commodity, right, at the end of a season like this. But God, he came out and was just full Rubio.
He was awesome.
He was just full Rubio tonight, and that made me really happy. So yeah, that's easy flowers from me.
Totally easy
for
from
my
everybody.
last guy standing at this point.
Yeah, no, he totally deserves him.
It was great.
We got the full Rubio tonight. So everything from goals to shenanigans and everything in between. Excellent Rubio night. So yeah. I agree.
All right, your flowers. Go ahead.
My first one I'm gonna give to my guy Gutman.
Dude, good. He was great.
Not only for the goal, but there was another, like I was saying, the first half, like there was some actual creativity. Like the goal was great. But also there was another one where he just kind of took control of the ball, had some little bit of sweet feet that, that we normally expect from Cabral, that we saw from Gutman. Getting in, the shot didn't, wasn't on target, but man, I love watching that guy play offense. And I know that's, not his main role, but he is such a freaking freight train when he goes in there.
He was great tonight.
I love it. Yeah, I love watching that guy. I hope I'm sure the sub came because, his ankle was probably hurting more than they let on.
Yeah. Get 45.
With that shot he took. Yeah,
maintain some shape, kind of.
Yeah, hopefully he's resting up and good to go. But yeah, great game from him.
All right, flowers for me. Oh, before we get to more flowers, hit that like button for us. If you're here, if you're watching,
hit the like button.
Goes a long way for us. We love it.
Hit it.
You love it. It feels good to give.
Everybody loves it. Hit the like button.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody likes the like button.
My flowers are going to go to a very unlikely person. Definitely one I didn't see coming at the start of the game. And that is Lawless Abubakar. Lawless, hey man, I know you haven't played very much. You weren't even in the squad, over the weekend. Go and play right back for us tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Fill in for Keegan.
He was good. He was really good. Wasn't great, but he was good. And
for sure.
He good. He might be one of the casualties in this turnover of the roster, right? I don't know that, but it would make sense if there's new center backs in, right? And I'm just glad we got another fun Lawless game. The fans love him, right? I say it all the time, but when I'm walking around the Richard, it's mostly I see a ton of Lawless jerseys as much as any current player. And I'm glad he just got a good game in tonight. So Lawless, you get flowers.
For sure. I'm going Cole Bassett. I mean, we spent part of the week talking about him. Talked about him again tonight.
More tonight talking about Cole. It's good.
Yeah, so
it's good.
I don't need to go into details, but man, I'm happy for Cole Bassett. I love that he is growing into that role that we want him to be and that we need him to be, and that he promised he was going to be at the beginning of the season. Like he's there now. I'm excited for him in the future.
We were as hard as him. We were as hard as him as anybody. We were.
Sure.
It was a rough start to the season. It was a rough middle of the season. With a couple moments of brilliance here and there, but too often it was where was Cole tonight, right? Too often he was uninvolved, and hats off to him for changing that narrative over these last few games.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, just end the season on this form the rest of the way. More flowers this time going to Calvin Harris. I thought he was playing way farther back than normal, right? They were letting kind of Rubio hang out alone, and he was playing basically a right midfielder tonight. Not that there was anything totally special to his game. I just, he's really just, you see why he was the target in that draft when the Rapids ended up with Mayaka, right? It's very clear why they wanted him. Yep. It's very clear why they went and got him. And I'm glad that down the stretch of this season, he's been able to find minutes and play well. He's definitely a piece to keep around and have a wing option out there. So good on him. Another solid night from the DJ.
Yeah.
Real quick, can I give some flowers real quick?
Yeah, give all the flowers you want. It's your show.
I just want to give flowers to Galvan, Bassett, and Navau, who are all having the same hairstyle and all going blonde.
Galvan's hair is pretty dang.
I want to give him credit for the coordination, whether it's on purpose or not. It felt very I just got broken up with. I'm going to change my whole life kind of thing.
Wow.
And that's really what it felt like with Robin gone now. So I did want to give credit to that where credit's due. They look dope. I can't distinguish Galvan and Nicholson anymore, honestly, because that blonde mullet, it's kind of hard. So,
dude, I like Galvan's hair a lot. I love that.
It's kind of fun to watch him run around.
Totally.
Because his hair's longer, so it's like a weird kind of like it's not
horse's
mohawkish.
mane.
Yeah, it's like that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like a weird blonde, like magic horse's mane. Like
yeah,
like
good
I know
flowers.
when Galvan is running around because I see that beautiful horse's mane flowing behind him. My last one is Chris Little. You know, we both talked about him earlier, and you know, whether or not he was delivered the starting lineup or he chose it because guys need to rest, doesn't matter to me. He worked with it, and more importantly, we've seen a different kind of energy coming from the squad, and it's been an encouraging energy. This club is far from perfect. It's far from competing at a playoff level. But it's also getting further and further away from what we were watching in May and June.
Not
just chronologically, but fun and, tactics and creativity on offense. So, hey, he's the guy in charge right now, so I'm going to give him credit for it.
Let's go. Let's get into, we'll do a quick, kind of mini look ahead. Vancouver game coming on Wednesday, followed by another home game Saturday against Austin. But first, let's get into our last shout outs for our partners. First up is who else? Come on. Where I'm going to be right before I go to the DNVR bar for the Broncos. It's Illegal Pete's. I'm getting a breakfast burrito tomorrow. You know this. Easy. And you know what we're specifically talking about tonight, and something I enjoyed thoroughly at the golf tournament yesterday, for real, is the Illegal Pete's Queso Pen. Available in select Denver area dispensaries from September 20th through October 31st. Illegal Pete's and O-Pen are both old school Denver brands and been connected for over 10 years. They finally got the opportunity to officially partner on this killer cartridge. The original plan was to create an infused queso edible, which I think we should keep the plan in motion, keep it on the burner. I want to know what's up with the infused queso. But there's still some science to figure out, and the next best option is this cartridge. Hopefully, an infused queso is still in the works. Pairs well with the real Illegal Pete's queso. Customers who purchase one cartridge, you get the box, you bring it into a Pete's location, you get a free small chips and queso, so you can enjoy the pen and then enjoy the queso. Queso on queso doesn't get better than that at all.
True. Susie's had Illegal Pete's for 4 days in a row.
Damn, she's on my corner. I don't know if I like that. Get a new stick.
She tweeted
find
that out
else
today.
Yeah, find something else. That's mine.
That's a lot of Pete's. Good for her.
I am for sure getting a breakfast burrito before Broncos game at DNVR tomorrow morning. No doubt about it. Tip of the week. Go buy some Illegal Pete's queso pens from O-Pen.
Mitch's Pete's tip of the week.
Yeah. Get stoned and eat Pete's. That's pretty awesome.
That's your good tip.
Not every tip is going to be like top secret, right? Sometimes the tip is going to be obvious. I'm just going to point you in the right direction, right? Just that way. Go there. Go that way. Is Pete's on Pete's, right? Simple as our guy Judgmental Jim would say. Enough said. We are also brought to you by, of course, it's Shady Rays. Take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. That's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. Together with their customers, Shady Rays is providing much needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact. They're building playsets for pediatric cancer patients and providing young adults with MS the outdoor adventure of a lifetime. Shady Rays, making an impact in your community and others like it now for years to come. Shop the entire collection at their brand new location, Park Meadows Mall. Full stop shop for all things Shady Rays. If you don't love them, exchange them or return for free within 30 days. No risk at all. They got your back. Exclusively for our listeners, DNVR listeners, you listening right now, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code DNVR for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Was my mic on?
It was. You got it.
Okay, good.
You got through all the reads. And we heard it.
Tight. That's right. Boom. Hey, Yaya, you got a sec? Hop on real quick.
What up?
You
He's back.
Our guy got a PS5 leveled up. You broken into that thing yet?
I was telling Duane I haven't played as much as I'd like.
What are you playing though?
FIFA. There's nothing else to play. FIFA.
I played God of War for like 5 hours today, so I disagree. There's other stuff to play.
No, there's nothing else. I'm buddied up. There's only one game out there, and it's FIFA.
That's true. That's a good point.
No, actually, I've also been playing Spider-Man.
That's dope.
Yeah, the original. So that's been fun.
Hell yeah! All right, you can go back to being producer. Yeah. Get out of here. Duane, you playing any games lately? Anything on you?
No, I've just, with the launch of Philly and everything else going on, there's no time for video games for me. It's usually never FIFA. I am the worst FIFA player on the planet Earth. I'm convinced of it. I'm terrible, but I enjoy it. I'm just awful.
Yeah, fair enough.
I need to pilot something. I'm no good to you unless there's something to be piloted. And then
You'd be the getaway driver for us.
Yeah, I am very. Yeah, I'm very valuable when there is a car or some kind of plane or spaceship to be piloted.
The problem is your car is very noticeable. You would not be the best getaway driver.
So
you'd be like, get the Ghostbusters car.
Right now it blends in. There's nothing on it. It's just a white Subaru Outback of which there are 5 bazillion of those in Colorado.
A good point. That's a good point.
I blend right in.
All right. Wednesday night. Got a barn burner at the Richard. We're talking your last place Colorado Rapids taking on one sec. Oh, what place? The 7th
place.
They're
in
Vancouver Whitecaps. They are the ones trying to actually Portland jumped them to 6th. Vancouver in 7th, San Jose in 8th, Dallas in 9th. Man, so they have a lot to play for. Rapids don't get it easy. They do not get it easy down the stretch.
I told you, and the points that separate those 4 teams are single digit. Like just within 1 or 2,
Houston is 4th at 43, and San Jose is 8th at 41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a win
from 4 to 8. Yeah.
A win moves any of these teams. So they all have something to play for. Every one of them.
Do you think the Rapids are capable of bringing back Dick's the Fortress over the end of this season? Do you see any hope there that teams aren't going to walk in and get 3 like they've been able to?
No. I don't
that's
think,
honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty honest about it. I think because of all of the changeover in the midfield, there was so much disruption that we used to be able to do, to where it's like, even though our backfield was good, nobody got good runs in transition. And this year, you don't have to do very much to get a really good run in transition on us. We saw it multiple times tonight, where all of our defenders are chasing someone. We don't have what we used to have there. I'm not saying we can't be that maybe next year, but I don't see any way that we magically fix those two areas of concern over the last couple of games. So no, I don't see us at fortress level. Does that mean that we're going to play bad? No, I think we could play good, and like
Vancouver is one of those games. Vancouver is one of those games this season that you can point to. We're like, that is where we dropped points, right? Yeah. Rubio misses a penalty, a 0-0 draw in Vancouver. And man, though, that is at least a point or two that are you just left.
For sure.
You just left. So we could be in for a good one, right? They were very competitive last time.
Vancouver's better now than they were then. Plus, they have more to play for. But so did Portland, and we played.
Yeah, but every team has more to play for, basically.
Well, I know
everybody makes the playoffs, so it's like there's no. Because even look, like there's such a gap. Galaxy are at 33, right? The playing game is 39 right now at Dallas. It's not impossible for 13 through 10 to have a case to chase a playoff spot. There's literally, and then there's the Pids officially eliminated tonight, of course.
Yeah, but we still played, pretty aggressive tonight. So like you're saying, I think there's a chance that we come out and, guys are playing for futures right now, whether it's a future with the Rapids or future with another club.
Totally.
So there is something at an individual level for the Rapids to play for, and many of them want the best possible situation. So they're going to put on their best show that they can. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be tough, like on paper, I would not be super hopeful, but I didn't feel hopeful at all for tonight. And, the Rapids surprised me, and especially in the first half. So what the hell do I know about anything? So they looked
ringing endorsement for this show.
Yeah, ringing endorsement. What the hell do we know?
Let's try stuff. No, look, you still have kind of the one thing left on the checklist for me, right? We wanted to see Cole get going. We wanted to see some young guys get minutes. We wanted to play faster. You kind of wanted the vets that were kind of just getting minutes by default to not get minutes by default anymore. You kind of seen all those things kind of checked off the list, except for Rafa Navarro getting a goal. Yeah. That is the thing that is left on the list. We need to see him score, and we need to see him score a few more times, right? Because there's a big price tag come July next season, whichever the specific date is, July something.
Yeah.
And it would be a nice time on Wednesday night to open up the Rapids account, right? Like that's what I need to see. Rubio still got that dog, still fun, still entertaining. You see guys like Harris getting minutes, and I at least wanted to see Cabral get some minutes, and we've seen that too. You kind of see all these different changes that were sort of expected, but the thing that we've been anticipating every single game is Rafa goal. When do we get the Rafa goal? When do we get the Rafa goal? Do you think we get it on Wednesday?
No.
Okay. Damn.
Because I'm not sure that he's going to play.
Well, fair enough.
I know that there's, the theory that thinks that he just needs a rest, but
I think so. I think that's all it is.
I think he might have something going on. So
hope not.
Yeah. So
I'll say if he doesn't score, they probably don't win. So there you go. That's one of those things that's like, a moment that can catch something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a ball that goes in and changes what's going on up here for everyone on the pitch. So hopefully,
especially if it's not him running in by himself. If it's something where somebody services the ball to him,
then
that is a something that will click, and open a new option for us, that we're just not there yet.
Oh, well, you got a prediction
for Wednesday versus Vancouver? I haven't really thought much about the prediction yet. Let's go 3-2. I'm always the one that doesn't predict any goals, but they've
3-2 Rapids?
No. 3-2 Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Oh,
but I normally don't predict any goals from the Rapids. But they've been showing that they are a team that is scoring goals now.
Vancouver has basically double the goals scored of the Rapids.
Yeah,
I mean that's a lot of teams, but Portland actually has exactly double, so that's fun. That's tight, sick.
Maybe
love not scoring goals. I just want them to get to the goal. I know it's not going to happen, but a goal a game. That's what I want to get to. You have a 7-8 goal gap right now. And oh God, that sounds impossible. It sounds impossible.
Well, I mean, that's not easy to do with only a handful of games left.
Oh man, what do they have? 7 games left? No,
I think we're down to like 5 or 6, my guy.
5 games left? Oh man, tough. Not happening.
Running out of time.
Yeah, they need to score 13 goals over this stretch, I think. Yeah. Look, I think
too many.
I'm calling 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Navarro gets his goal.
Doable.
Navarro gets his goal. Keegan gets his rocket.
Oh, I like that. Gosh, I thought Ronan was going to have his rocket tonight.
He stumbled on
I don't think he knew that ball was coming to him.
No.
But if he had known, oh my gosh, I think he would have kicked the living crap out of that ball tonight.
Yeah. And as AJ says, if something different happened, something different would have happened. Story of the Rapid season. All right, Duane, plug us on out of here.
If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button for us. If you are watching on YouTube or you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your DMVR Rapids goodness, give us a 5-star rating. Really helps us to keep going and keep making this thing happen a few times a week.
Search DMVR Rapids in YouTube like 20 times before you go to sleep tonight, just so people see those. You know what I'm saying? Changes the algorithm a little bit.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, sure. Why not? Follow us on Twitter if you're not already at DMVR_Rapids. You can see our Twitter handles underneath us on the screen there, so I won't read those out. Jump in on Twitter. Let us know what you're thinking about for the rest of the season. What are you watching for? And let us know on Twitter. And it's something we can bring up in the show and get into.
Hey, Yaya, do you have a prediction? I forgot to ask. I'm sorry. Don't be mad.
Give me 2-1 Rapids.
Oh, let's go!
If Rafa plays, that's the Braves.
Braves
goals. They're showing that they can score again, so I'm all for it.
Are you kidding me? A brace? Get out of here! I want it so bad. Oh, I want it so bad. Get your Die Hard membership at thednvr.com. That gets you a free shirt, gets you discounts in the locker, gets you discounts at the bar, gets you discounts on tickets to our awesome tailgates. We got one for every Broncos home game. We have one for Buffs games. We do party buses to Ball Arena from the bar where you get to hang out with the whole Nuggets crew or Avs crew. Breck Brew always hooks up free drinks on those. Those are fun things you can do if you become a diehard at thedvr.com. I'll send you a cool new diehard box with your first shirt for free with your diehard card. You've seen the new boxes, Duane. They're very cool. The diehard welcome package is very cool.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that keeps boxes.
Mm-hmm.
If the packaging is good, this is a keeper by far.
Yeah, Eric, capitalism really popped off today, ladies. Let's see what else. I don't have anything else to plug.
Yeah,
your Wolves did something hilarious today. I just had to point out that.
They gave Luton Town their first. They gave Luton Town their first points ever in the Premier League.
Classic.
You're welcome. That's what we do. Everybody.
Classic.
We are the Oprah Winfrey special of Premier League, where you get a point and you get a point and you get a point. Everybody gets points. So, yeah. Hey, go by the bar tomorrow. If you're a Broncos fan, that's the place to be.
Yeah, I'll be hanging out selling shirts. Bet365 will be there with a bunch of giveaways and
giving away a Broncos jersey
and little promotions to get some free bets, bonus bets, stuff like that. So check out the homies at Bet365 and me at DNVR tomorrow. And more important than all of that, just a few games left to say it for this season. Up the Pids.